ladies and gentlemen, a Valentine's Day poem by the great poet, Elliot James Beaver.
Hey, how's it going? I called this one a highly inappropriate Valentine's Day. Let's set the mood here. Here at Highly Inappropriate, we love each other and every fan, but we all love our significant others who put up with all of us that they can. First, there's Juice, who after liking all the Twitter pics, gets his lady in the mood with all of his devilish tricks. Second, there's Josh. While he may love the Bengals, treats his lady good and gives her all the good tingles. Third, there's Beaver, with both of his beautiful cats. Sadly, his hand will be the only thing that gives his crotch any pats. Fourth, we have Dunk, with mullet, asshole, and stock crap. It's amazing he's still married, and she puts up with him even when he tries to rap. Last, we have Matt, who enjoyed plenty of days as a man whore. Now he's a man who's tied down and telling us after sex he's left his girl sore.
Oh, shit.
So this Valentine's Day, when you're with your significant other, make sure you listen to Highly Inappropriate podcasts one after another.
Oh, Beaver killed it. Oh, my God. Welcome to Highly Inappropriate, ladies and gentlemen. Fire off.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to Highly Inappropriate.
I don't think she's going to be expecting something big, do you?
What, like anal?
Whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Highly Inappropriate.
Right, so let me get this straight. So I'm going to pay for a blowjob and I got to pay for a goddamn hotel room too? Well, that just seems like I'm spending too much money for nothing. I got a house. You can just get your ass over here and I can just do the blowjob here.
Highly Inappropriate.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
They can kiss my fat vagina, because I'm bringing the motherfucking pay.
I'm not gonna lie. When we gave Beaver the challenge of writing a poem, I did not think he would come up with that much greatness. Like, you know, I'm not like even discounting Beaver. I thought he would come up with something good, but yeah, man, Beaver coming with a fire, buddy. Love it. Is Beaver coming out of a shell?
We need to take Beaver to Deaf Poetry Jam.
I think it'd be,
you want a poem.
We should find like the most sophisticated like poetry group like in Carmel and send Beaver up there and to make poems about our podcast and just slay
and smoke like a Corilla DeVille like cigarette. That would Beaver. That'd work, man. You probably get it.
Oh
Hey,
my!
Juice told me to do it, and originally I was just fucking around with it, and then I was like, "Hey, I think I can do something here."
Yeah, Beaver, you might be a rapper, dude.
Dude, he wrote it in like 10 minutes too.
I was pretty impressed with that. Like me, you know, like wow, Beaver.
Thanks, Juice, for the inspiration, bud.
You're killing.
I just bring golden hot content.
All right, we do have a special guest today, but before I bring them in, I do want to review. How about our show at Capone's on Sunday, guys? We've got a lot to talk about. Like, can you please, maybe Josh, because you were probably the last person that's seen Duncan drunk that night, other than his wife. Can we kind of explain what the fuck kind of condition he was in? Him and the owner were having side bets. Like he bet $2,000 on something. I'm surprised you're still married, bud. By the way, go ahead.
Oh man, he was hurting pretty bad. Once we got back, but before we even left Shelbyville, man, we stopped at Speedway and he's got his radio full blast like always. So I'm like, man, we pull up, there's a cop in the parking lot, and I'm like, shit, let's turn the radio down, man. He's like, no, fuck it, let it go. So I let it go. It's his car. We get out, the cop standing inside. Here's Duncan's we're about to go in, and he trips and barely catches himself. He's going to face plant right at the door. So I get him up and I'm like, you good, man? You good? He's like, no, I'm good. So we get in there. He like points at the cop. He's like, hey, what's up, man? And he's trying to fist bump the cop and winking at him and shit. And
Kind of fist bump.
dude, let's just get the fuck out of here. And then we found a kid crying on the ground over by the chips. And so Duncan's like concerned about the kid. He's like, hey, man, you okay, dude? You okay, dude? So I'm like, finally get Duncan away from that guy, from the kid, and his mom comes over, scared to death of me and Duncan. And then he goes to pay his shit, and he's like, give me the most expensive lottery ticket you got. I don't care what it is, just give me the most expensive. So he bought a lottery ticket there, and then we finally got out of Shelbyville and came back home, and he got a little wild at home, went down to Pavy's, bought another $100 worth.
I guess the middle of the game, I walked from Josh's to Pavy's and bought 2 more of the most expensive lottery tickets and bought like a monster in there, and then walked back, and I do not remember a single bit of it by myself too.
So the next best part is I'm standing up and he's outside smoking. I'm like I got a little back porch, and he goes down the steps probably to piss or I don't know what. But I heard something loud outside. I'm like, what the fuck? He comes in, I go, man, you okay? Did you fall down out there or something? And he just fucking stares at me, and he's like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Dude, I felt hard. my whole elbow like was busted up in the morning. Didn't remember that really either. But yeah, like
by the way,
what's awesome is like I do that like for the Super Bowl. I couldn't imagine winning a Super Bowl.
Which we're gonna get into, by the way. We're gonna get into fire celebration by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Doug, I do first and foremost, we do have to shout out Capone's. They fucking killed it for the second year in a row with our Super Bowl party. We actually had a crowd out there. We had, like chairs lit out and people were filled up. It was awesome. Yeah, and not to where they're like, they want us in there every week. I don't know if we can make it happen every week, but I think we're going to make something happen.
He told me he wants to build us a studio in the top of that place.
Fuck yeah.
Sick.
That's what he told us.
I do want to give.
He loved him some fucking Dunk Man. I think Drunk Dunk Man. The guy. I sat there and talked with him forever, dude.
I do want to give.
Yeah, he did give me a whole a tour of the upstairs. Duncan, I don't know if you were with me when I went up there.
I couldn't walk up steps, man.
But yeah, he was talking about possibly like having us like up there and us being like a presentation and shit. Which there's actually like. An awesome view. There's going to be an awesome view of the circle. So like they're going to bring in like some decent concerts and stuff because they're going to have a lot. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the plans they have for Shelbyville in the circle. They're changing. A lot of people are pissed off. James Johnson, who's actually one of our live viewers there at the show on Sunday, he's running for Libertarian mayor of Shelbyville because of all the controversy surrounding the circle in Shelbyville. But that being said, there's actually going to be like an amphitheater there, I guess. They're going to have concerts. So like, it could be cool, for the show, like, that partnership. So like, we're definitely going to do more shit there. So stay tuned for that, guys. Awesome host. We appreciate everybody that came out live to see us and those that tuned in live to watch the show. It was awesome. And most of us, I get who predicted or who was it? Josh, were you the one that said the Bucs were going to win on defense pretty much? Was that you?
Me and Juice, for sure.
Yeah, it's what we'll talk about here in a minute. I don't want to keep our guests waiting too much longer. So, actually, Dunk, I'll let you do the honors here, buddy. This is your friend. So, who we got here?
All right, we got my buddy Paul. He owns Tree City Cards. My bad. In Greenwood. Treetop. It could be
this
that.
Motherfucker knows you, Paul. What the hell?
That's rough.
But yeah, he's a local card shop there where I work, and I've been in there multiple times buying stuff. But this guy is, I'll kind of give it to him and let him explain it a little more. But he's in the card flipping business, and he's a fucking monster at it, dude. The grading stuff, like the hobby is at an all-time high right now, and I mean it's sweeping the nation pretty much. Like it's insane. Like I've been in it for a long time and I've never seen it like this. And I mean, wouldn't you agree with me, Paul?
Oh yeah. All time high. Never been like this.
Yeah. So, I mean, give us just a daily rundown of a card shop, running a shop nowadays. Like, like just your buying and just give us some stories. I know you got them. That's what kind of wanted to bring you on here.
Yeah. I mean, I do eBay and Amazon too. We have 7 kids, me and my fiance. So,
holy shit.
do the sports. Yeah, I know. 7 boys too.
I would have cut my nuts off 6 boys ago. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, you know,
He
I
also
bought Duncan's
he
collection the other day.
Sorry, I was gonna say he collects Phillip Rivers too. It's his favorite.
Yeah, let's go.
The 7 kids. All right, go ahead, man. Sorry.
Yeah, Duncan, I bought his collection the other day. We're buying, you know, 4 or 5 collections a week right now. Everybody's trying to cash in their cardboard for some paper, and you know, it's crazy right now. You can make really good money. The 80s, 90s, all that junk wax era is coming back. Like I said, we do eBay and Amazon too. The card shop's just, you know, fun hobby, but there's lots of money to be made.
Lots of money. Not just the sports cards. Like something that got me that I saw on your thing. This might get Beaver too. Tell us about the Pokemon. Like the Pokemon is back.
I thought you say he sells cat toys or some shit.
No,
I can go to
Pokemon
Walmart for
cards.
that.
Yeah, they're hot. The 25th anniversary of Pokemon's coming up like in a week and a half. And yeah, I mean, Jake Paul, big YouTube fag, he just spent $2 million on Pokemon cards. He's gonna bust them.
That's insane.
I
man.
do have a holographic Charizard.
You know, I sold my entire Pokemon collection on eBay when I was like 13 or 14 years old for like $50, and I guarantee, I'm telling you, I had some gold in there.
Somebody
Like
probably
I had the
made a
entire like
buttload of
first
money.
series, like the entire first series. Yeah, just shit on it.
All 151.
That's a shitload of money now.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah, and I sold for $50. And I probably spent on candy and fucking
That's a
bowling.
man.
See, I never did the Pokemon. I did Magic the Gathering. I don't think that's ever going to come back. The Magic cards.
Magic's starting to. Marvel Comics cards coming back. WWE, the old the wrestling figure, the Hulk Hogan cards, they're coming back.
wow.
Everything's coming back right now. Fortnite cards, anything that's on a piece of cardboard selling.
Look at Beaver.
Oh,
Look,
Beaver's-
Paul's gonna
Beaver,
be all
just,
over him.
Beaver didn't even leave his bed. He could pull out Pokemon cards.
He
Hold the
was
fuck on.
prepared.
Hold the
You got
fuck
them under
on.
your pillow,
Not
don't
gonna
you?
lie, my mother found all my cards and decided to put them in a booklet for me.
Did- the
I
thing
just
is-
want to
the
explain
thing-
to the people listening to the podcast, the people that have not watched the video yet. Beaver, as live on the show, literally from his bed, just pulled out a book of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, not a couple, a whole like binder full.
It was like I said, my mother found all my old cards and put them in that booklet, organized them the best she could, and I actually kept that in my chest drawer right there.
So that was the question that I was going to ask Beaver was like, did he prepare for this episode because he knew Paul was coming on, so he put those cards
No,
next to his bed? No,
randomly,
they're
they were
in
just
a
sitting.
drawer.
Beaver, Valentine's Day is coming up. How do you not just have pussy lined up outside your house, buddy?
That's because all the pussy is already inside the house.
Hey, Beaver, what's your favorite Pokemon to beat off to?
Blastoise or Gengar. Blastoise or Gengar. Those were always my favorites right there.
Hey, Matt, Paul, back to Paul though. This guy will sit in I can't get over Beaver, man. This guy will sit in his shop and like just sit there and buy collections, flip stuff on eBay all at the same time. He'll be mining cryptocurrency and like flipping it into Bitcoin. Like he's a nonstop just hustler, dude. Like absolute hustler.
Damn.
He like what's the biggest card that you've gotten, Paul?
I had another Jordan rookie walk in here Monday. Jordan rookies are big right now. PSA 10 was they're selling for about 740,000.
Jesus.
A few Jordan autographs.
The Fleer? The
yeah.
Fleer one?
The Fleer one, yep.
Golly. I remember coming in your shop and you had the Jordan North Carolina autograph that was in there and you ended up flipping it.
Yep.
Yeah, and here I am crossing my fingers just hoping these pops take off.
Dude, Matt, he has something in his shop right now that you would love. When I walked in with my collection, I noticed it in the corner. Mike Tyson shorts and boxing glove autographed.
That's
like
fire.
in like a shadow box frame, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet Tyson. He tends to do these signings up in Chicago. They have these expos every now and then, and I've always wanted to go and meet him. So that's definitely a goal of mine. So yes, I envy you, brother. I'm a big. That's actually more than anything I collect sports collectibles. I I'd hate to say on here how much I have because people would come and rob my house, but it's a lot.
Can I ask a question? Like, since you grade the cards, are you able to like give a dollar value just like to an item if we were like, threw one out there? Because I have one that I want to share with you and just kind of see what your thoughts are on it.
Basically,
yeah,
he wants
for
to
sure.
know if you're the guy that Pawn Stars would call whenever they need a little estimate.
I would. It's who I would call, without a doubt.
Yeah, because
I've been doing this shit full time for 9 years. That's eBay and Amazon. I've been doing cards for 25 years, so I'm halfway smart at it, I guess. I make full time living. So
yeah, so the apparel item that I'm just curious about. My brother-in-law is a huge Titans fan, and another brother-in-law is really good at golf, and he played in a tournament in Nashville, and one of the awards was a Derrick Henry signed jersey, and he won it, and he was like, I don't really even care about football, so he gave it to my other brother-in-law who's a big Titans fan. So what would you think a autographed Derrick Henry like in a shadow box type thing would run, because it was obviously free for both of them?
If it's got the PSA or DNA certificate with it, the authenticity, it's probably $550.
Wow, Jesus.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The big thing is the PSA, especially if it was like a game worn or anything like that.
Yeah,
like if you had grass stains on the back, some shit like that, then it'd be worth more.
Is it worth? Question, Paul. Is it worth? Because I'm thinking about the cards that I think probably were, as far as what I got that I would consider the most valuable. Are my Peyton Manning rookie cards worth getting graded? Because I have probably 20 of them.
Right. Peyton Manning is hot right now. He's getting ready to go Hall of Fame. Anything Peyton Manning sells, yeah, get him graded for sure. Especially if you got the tops chrome. Those are big.
Hell yeah! All right.
Yeah, the big thing, what's awesome about his shop is you can literally go in there with stuff. He'll look at it. He'll give you, hey, this is worth grading. This is not worth grading, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And he'll take care. He'll ship it off. He'll do all that stuff for you. His shop's a one-stop spot, man. It's a hidden gem in Indiana for sure, there in Greensburg.
Hey, man, I have a question about. I noticed this new thing, these digital cards. I seen one sold for some crazy amount the other day. Is that gonna hurt you, or is there any way to get into that game?
No, I think that's just a fad. I mean, it's kind of like a cryptocurrency, kind of. You're never gonna own that card. It's just an internet card, so I don't think it'll stick around.
Right.
I don't think you can ever have a replacement for like the actual physical material. It's just like anything that people collect. Like if it goes digital, then it'll just not be as fun to keep it, I think.
Yeah, the big thing right now, they got a lot of these huge investors are buying up all the the $500,000 Jordans, $700,000 Jordans, and they're selling shares of it, kind of like a stock market. So 100 people can own a share of a Jordan card now.
Yeah, they'll fucking sell stocks on anything.
Oh
yeah, I've seen it actually advertised on Instagram. You can buy stock in sports memorabilia now too.
Yep,
that's crazy.
Yep.
What blows my mind is like you could have a game worn like Jordan jersey autograph, and it would not be worth as much as a Jim Mint 10 Fleer Jordan rookie card.
Correct.
By a lot of money, probably.
Damn, man, I need to spend money and get my Peyton autographed jersey framed. Then I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that jersey's probably wouldn't be worth as much as what a chrome rookie card would be worth.
Oh no, the chrome. If you got a PSA 10, that chrome rookie's probably today they're probably $6,000 maybe.
Jesus Christ!
I think
I didn't collect anything.
Grant, I don't know if it's a 10 or not, but I'm pretty sure I have a chrome.
Dude, I have never collected anything in my fucking life, and clearly
I think cards are really booming. Like when we were kids, dude, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was monstrous. And I think like all of us are getting older and like having kids and kind of getting the hobby back out there. And now we all have money too to really throw at this hobby. And I think it's just pushing it through the roof.
Yeah. Well, I think about what, really got me into it when I was a kid was my brother. And when I was a young kid, like you said, Duncan, he was probably closer. I mean, he's probably around my age, when I was getting into sports cards. And, I think you're right in that sense. And people are showing it to their kids or trying to get their kids involved in a hobby or just whatever in sports in general. because I mean that's how I got involved, and that's how I started collecting back in the day. But I haven't collected sports cards in probably 10 years. But I did go. I visited a Tracy shop there in Greenfield, Four Shop Corners. That was always my home store. I've never made it down to your shop, and I'm definitely going to have to visit it now. Maybe I'll bring them Peyton's out to you, and we'll figure something out. But I really appreciate you being on the show, man. It's awesome.
Hey, no problem.
No problem. Hey, how you got any parting like whore yourself out there, Paul? Whore yourself out to the listeners, to the people.
Be a whore.
Yeah, I mean,
What's
it's
hot in the shop right now? What's hot right now in the shop? What are people? What are they after? That NBA hoops, probably, right?
Optic football just came out. It's crazy. Topps 2021 baseball. Any wax product, any brand new product is huge money. Duncan's now out of the car business since he sold me all his cards. He's gonna go buy a bunch of prostitutes, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Gonna buy a bunch of Dogecoin.
Yep.
Hey, real fast. Also, the like I noticed when I'm trying to think what it was. Oh man, the cards that come already sealed. When do those coming back out? Because I will be in there buying those again. The like archives, I think is what it is. Where
Clearly authentic,
the encased card or whatever.
Yeah, they got clearly authentic and encased baseball. Yeah,
I think that's my favorite stuff, dude. I would rather pay for like a hit like that and 1 or 2 cards than to rip a whole box, I think.
Yeah.
So, hey, Paul, what is, if you were going to buy one, like get into one sport for cards, which is probably the best one to get into?
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for an investment, basketball by far. Basketball is crazy. If you're just looking to have fun, baseball, football's falling up right behind basketball. But yeah, I mean, basketball, you could become a millionaire in 6 months buying basketball cards.
Really?
Oh, if you hit the right
That's
thing.
pretty wild.
Dude, tell them about the auction for that Zion last year. Remember that? The people that were like they put a $1 million fucking bounty up for the Zion 1 of 1.
Yeah, a lot of big card shops putting bounties up. They'll put up a $1 million bounty. It's just everybody's hunting certain cards, and you got to get the cards graded to make it worth money. Any big card, get it graded, and if you get a 10 on it, 5 times the value of that card. That Jordan PSA 10 Flair rookie this time last year, you can buy them for $25,000. They just sold last weekend for $730,000.
Jesus Christ!
Oh,
that's insane. Do you see it ever going back down to earth?
Yes, within the next 2 to 3 years, it's gonna have some kind of balance. I don't think it will drop all the way back down where it's at, but it's got to balance it out.
Well,
But, I mean, you got Kevin Durant's buying cards now. You got Steve Aoki, lots of rappers, DJs. You got all these multimillionaires and billionaires coming in the card market, and you're putting all brand new money into the cards, and that's what's driving it.
That's what I'm telling you. What's going to fuck it up right now is Wall Street, because now you can literally buy stock in cards. That's what's going to fuck it up. Trust me. Always happens.
We'll be buying like fucking Jordan rookie stock on Robinhood in like 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I tell my liberal friends, that always wants us to regulate everything, and I tell them like it all always comes full circle. These assholes take advantage of things, and then they crash the whole market, and they lose all their fucking money. So until the government bails them out, of course. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Anyways, neither here nor there. But Paul, we appreciate you being on the show, man. You can hang out as long as you want, man. I don't know if Dunk was kicking you off or you only had a limited time. What's the story? Do you want to hang out or what?
No, I gotta go. Actually, gotta get back to work, man. Work never stops.
I understand, man. So again, your shop's in Greensburg, correct? What's it called again?
Tree City Sports Cards.
And are you on Facebook?
Yes, Facebook, Instagram.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, brother, and take it easy.
Thanks, guys. You have a good one.
Paul.
see, man.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right, guys, it is Valentine's Day weekend. I named the show Valentine's Day V Card. The reason is because it's almost like my Valentine's Day V Card, because I'm a virgin on Valentine's Day again. This relationship ship. It's so new to me. Like, it's going great though, guys. But I do want to ask all the fellas, what are your Valentine's Day plans? I'm gonna start Beaver. Beaver, I think maybe your picture might tell a story here. I don't know. Go ahead, buddy. Are you a furry now? What the fuck? First and foremost, we haven't discussed what the fuck's on your face right now, by the way. Beaver, it's your turn to talk. Go ahead, buddy.
It is a Zoom filter.
It's a Zoom filter. It's a Zoom filter. Great. Now, what are you doing for Valentine's Day, buddy?
I'm doing probably the same thing that I'm doing right now, which is absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Great. No masturbation, nothing like that.
There'll probably be a jerk session or two.
I feel like if you're single on Valentine's Day, maybe this is what I did in the past. You do something exotic. Maybe you look up, a porn category that's not, maybe exotic for you, Beaver. Maybe some days you like lesbian porn. Maybe today you look up tranny porn. I don't know what it is for you, bud, but
maybe next I'll try midget porn.
Yeah, midget porn works for me. I mean, go for it.
Beav, I bet there's probably other single chicks that are dying for like a Valentine like storybook. You should head down there to that restaurant, that little pub right there, maybe get some dinner, wink at some chicks.
Doug, I just noticed the socks off a fucking bobble dick there. That thing just hanging.
Yeah, we're not edited. We're X-rated.
Yeah, Paul dropped the F-bomb, and here we got bobble dick hanging out. We're definitely getting fucking banned from Facebook in the next week for sure.
I like how his head. Did I tell you his head fell off on the way home from the live show?
Paul or bobble dick?
Bobble dick. Look how I put it back on. Look at his head looking straight down at his dick. It's so funny.
I mean, if my dick was that big, that's what I'd be doing all day is looking at it. I mean,
I would never stop looking at
it. I'm like, what up, motherfuckers? Just walking. I don't care what I got charged.
Every time you went to a job interview, like any introduction.
If you wear gray sweatpants to every job interview ever.
But everything whenever people are like, I want everybody to come up front, tell us a little bit about yourself. My thing every time would be like, hi, my name is Chris Duncan, and I got a 15-inch penis. If you want to,
you can see it on the internet. It's literally everywhere, every time.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm the guy that sits on the edge of the bed with the big penis.
Yeah, it used to be black. No. Hell yeah. Beaver, so nothing exciting for Valentine's Day.
Look, we should recreate that with me and then have like the littlest penis. Sitting on the edge of the bed with a white person.
Yeah, that would be we couldn't make it a bobble dick, though. I mean, we couldn't really bobble.
Maybe I'll just chill and make some poetry that day. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely write poetry. That would work.
Juice, how long you been married?
5 years, a little over 5. It'll be 6 in October.
Dunk, how long you been married?
About 5 years, 6 years. Yep.
So who's longer? Who was first here? You said October. Dunk, when's your anniversary?
October 2015.
2015. You got me. No, I think we're about the same. I was in July though. June, July shut down.
Okay, so Dunk, you're a little bit longer. So I'm gonna ask you, what are your? I don't know if you can spill it on air here, but do you have Valentine's Day plans?
No, not at all.
I mean, are you gonna eat your wife's butt or something? Like, come on, you gotta do something special for her, right?
Once you're married, dude, it's just a fucking rigged holiday, just so they can sell fucking gift cards and shit.
I mean, dude, an excuse to cook a steak or something. Maybe ask for a blowjob. I don't know. God.
I honestly, Valentine's Day will be nothing. We'll probably just watch TV. I might play a new video game or something. Who knows?
You're definitely getting laid for sure if you pull out a new video game. Like what?
Definitely no fornication. I'm sure I'll probably masturbate in the bathroom and hang out. Like there won't be no big plans. Like once you're married, you realize it, dude. The honeymoon stage is long gone, fellas.
Adorable.
Now, once you get now you just put up with each other, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, welcome to the life, dude.
This was a very uplifting segment of the show.
Yeah.
Definitely clip that. Yeah, Juice, definitely clip that right there.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm promoting that shit. Like I'm literally like spending like $50 just to promote that for the next week, and I hope like everybody that Megan works with sees that shit.
I mean, most married people would agree with me, I think.
Hey, Juice, all right, go ahead, buddy.
You don't go all out. Maybe a card or a rose, but no, it's not rose petals on the floor, carry her into the bed. No, it's a fucking false advertising. It doesn't happen in real life.
So
what you got, Juice?
Where is the romance, damn it?
I kind of
hold on just a second before you not to cut you off, Juice, but I got a couple in the feed here I want to read off. My cousin Jason Everhart says chicken and dickin'. I think that's strong. You serve your wife chicken and gave her a little bending over. I think that's fair, right? Doc, you can't even do that. You can't even cook like on the grill for your wife, or it's too fucking cold for you.
No, definitely it's not gonna happen.
You like, honey, check out this new video game.
Yeah, want a bowl of Reese Puffs?
The best way to just dry your wife up right here.
Made pizza rolls.
Fucking excellent. Sorry, Juice. Go ahead, buddy.
No, so my wife and I have never really, like, even before we were married, we weren't super big on Valentine's Day. It wasn't a big deal. And I think it started because in about 2013 or 14, a couple years before we were married, I scheduled a tattoo. And, you know, the guy was asking what the time was. And, you know, he was like, you're going to be here for about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. And I was like, okay. And he was like, well, I was like, what days do you have open? And he said, February 14th. Didn't even fucking bat an eye because I didn't even think that it was Valentine's Day. This was like 3 or 4 months before. And I was like, yeah, February 14th sounds perfect for me. And then the day rolls around and it's Valentine's Day. And so I asked my wife, do you care? And she's like, no, that's not that big a deal. So I picked up Chinese food on the way home from the tattoo. We ate Chinese food. And that was kind of like our tradition, was to watch some lame, like, you know, romantic movie and eat Chinese food until this year. This year we are, since we've been cooped up for way too long because of the COVID and the pandemic and all that bullshit. We had some friends that wanted to actually like go out and do something. So we're going to the Sullivan's Valentine event, and it's on Saturday. My mom and her fiance are going to come and watch the baby while we go and eat food, and then go to a comedy show, and then have some drinks afterwards out and about. And then we're going to be ringing this bell.
Yeah, let's go. You better, I swear to God, Juice, you better walk in the house and hit that motherfucker.
And I'm going to probably end up having another kid, you know.
Name Valley.
Let's go. Josh, before I go in to ask you, your wife went ahead and piped in the feed here and said, Josh better do the roses. Okay. So Josh, not to give you any clues, bud, but she said you better do the roses, bud. So what's Valentine's Day look like for you?
Man, we'll probably go out to go eat dinner, some shit. Probably not on Valentine's Day, but we may do something like that. Probably it won't be a whole lot. Definitely probably not getting the roses though.
Anal
so
Beaver, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when she's asking for the roses, does that mean she wants you to sprinkle rose petals all the way to the bed, and then you're laying there, definitely doing Burt Reynolds style, naked on the bed?
Oh man, that's every night, buddy.
By the way, super fan Matthew Boland says Valentine's Day is another day when you've been married for 12 plus years. You just give her the old dick in the box. That's a Christian thing to do. I agree.
Yeah, keep it moving.
What about you, Matt? You're new to this. What is the you can't give the plans out?
I tell you what, I'm blessed because she's actually taking me somewhere. Like, she says she's going to Florida, but then she dropped the bomb on me. She's like, we might not even be going to Florida. So I know that we're going to a beach. I'm pretty pumped about it. So yeah, I'm going on vacation. Literally leaving. I'm gonna be on an airplane at 8:30 in the morning. So
and also, if it's a beach and you're having sex on the beach, it's not all that it's cracked up to be.
No, I've told her no sex till marriage, actually. So
she's buying you like you're leaving on a plane for Valentine's Day?
No, we're actually taking a train, trolley.
But no, really, you guys are going on a surprise like plane trip destination.
I mean, she knows where we're going. She could literally just take me out in the ocean and fucking bury my body.
Absolutely never would happen to me. 1,000 and
maybe you need to get better at going down your wife, bud. I don't know.
Look, next year at this time, Matt'll be going, I can't fucking stand this chick.
She's pretty cool. She's pretty awesome. Yeah, she gets me, which a
a
lot of people don't. So,
but I mean, it's just how it works, dude. I mean, I'd still fucking kill for her, but once you've been, I mean, I didn't.
Josh or your wife? Go ahead.
I got to the 12 years, but,
fingers crossed.
But I'm just saying, it's just
it's gonna be.
You just like fucking become roommates who boink every now and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and predict for Dunk. It's year 8. It's gonna be me or the podcast. It's coming.
I'll be married 8
Makes
years.
that point every now.
I'll be married 8 years in June, but so far so good. I mean, sometimes I want to put it through a fucking wall, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
Beaver, your wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, when Beaver does settle down, dude, he's gonna be so fucking whipped. I bet.
Both times I think both times since I've known Beaver and he's gotten like a serious relationship, I didn't talk to him for 6 months, and that's the only time in our friend relationship that we ever go without talking. This asshole just cuts me off because because I was in my man horse stage. I was going to the bar every fucking night, so they knew if Beaver was gonna hang out with me, he was gonna be around females and gonna be drunk, so like. Of course, they just hated me from the bat. I'm like, girls, chill out. I'm not gonna just go out there and be like, hey, come fuck my friend, guys. Come do it, please. Like
you gotta explain to him you want to get the pussy, not get it for everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean, I don't know. People are crazy.
It's all right. It's
so
all right.
stoned right now.
Go
ahead.
Will Beaver quit the
Sure,
show?
Matt was
if
called
he gets in a
racist.
relationship?
Well, Beaver quit the show when he gets in a relationship. He's gonna have to if he finds a girl that actually is gonna appreciate him for who he is, then no, he will not have to quit the show. Now, if he gets another chick that he pays her bills and shit, yep, goodbye, Beaver.
He'll be all right.
Yeah,
I think
we're
Beaver
gonna
ain't
try
going
it.
anywhere. You better not.
Beaver.
With the whip.
Hey,
Backstage.
Beaver, don't worry. You don't have to be lonely in OnlyFans or OnlyFans. That too. No, farmersonly.com. Guys, I shouldn't have took that extra fucking bong hit. That was a bad idea. Dunk, how you doing, buddy?
No free advertising.
Good,
So did we even explain what the fuck happened before the show here? So no, I don't think we did. So first, let me explain here, guys. The reason we are a half hour late is because 5 minutes before we're supposed to go live, it was about 10 minutes. You text me and say you're missing a mic, or an adapter. Is it a 1/4-inch adapter for the headphones? Which
people.
Which is big because Josh wouldn't be able to hear us and communicate with us during the show. So it's it's a pretty big thing. So luckily I have a bunch of everything here at the house. So we met halfway in Arlington. About crash. I don't know if I was just too stoned or if there was actually still snow on the road, but sometimes the salt, when the salt, you get it when the salt's on the highway. It looks like
it's really snow.
It looks like it's snow. I don't know. I had a good time. Go drone to your house. I was jamming
The thing right now with this fucking snow outside, for people that are not from Indiana, I mean, it's ridiculous cold blizzard snow all day, and with the wind and it's wide open because all there is fucking fields. It just drifts everywhere.
Oh, and the wind is crazy this time of year.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if you're not from the Midwest, don't come here this time of year. It's a fucking horrible idea. It's stupid.
Yeah,
I aspire I just told my girlfriend the other day, it's I'm trying to build a life to where I don't have to live in Indiana from November till March.
We're actually, let's think of it this way: we're living in Indiana and putting up with this, and Tampa Bay's having boat parades on boat parades in the sun, and with that's why are we not living like that, dude? It makes why do we stay in a cold ass state, dude? I just don't understand. Why did I still get warm?
Well, first and foremost, if you guys want to buy a pontoon boat, they're super cheap. I got a buddy who sells them.
Two, I'm not taking a pontoon boat out in the middle of January in fucking Carthage. What I'm saying is, I don't care if fucks about the boat.
But we got the polar plunge coming up
in Florida or in Cali or Arizona, somewhere warm.
You're gonna have to warm up for the polar plunge. I think we roll the boat out in the middle of Brookfield Lake here mid-February. We put some life jackets on. We just swim in Brookfield Lake, just to get warmed up for this fucking thing.
All right. I mean, you have fun.
Don't get
it's Valentine's Day, dude.
Well, hey, we'll take another walk with the presidents, and we'll be all set, guys. I promise you.
Dude, I'm not looking forward to jumping in that water, boys.
By the way, so we all met our goal. I put out a video this week. My grandma decided to cover the last $55 for us to meet our $500 goal. By the way, how about that? My 80-year-old grandma.
She's the best.
Thank you, Grandma.
And I'm just sitting there talking about
it. Grandma.
And I told Grandma, I was like, we're $55 short. I was like, can you donate like $10? I figured she'd just give me a $10 bill and I would take it out of my account. And she goes, you're short how much? I said $55. She goes, I'll just cover the last $55. And I was like, well, hell yeah, Grandma, let's go. So how about that? We're all going to freeze our asses off. I'm going to make a special video, or I was going to talk to you, Juice, of course, about bringing your GoPro possibly to figure something out. We're going to have a video, but yeah, we're all going to freeze our tits off. We're jumping in cold ass water, and it's all for the Special Olympics. I'm pretty pumped. I can't wait for our outfit. Dunk, did you figure out what you're doing? We're all wearing spandex. We're showing the junk and everything off.
I think I might. I didn't know we had to wear pants, to be honest with you.
You don't have to. I
Wear
mean,
whatever the hell you want.
last time I did, I literally went last time in shorts that were so short, my nuts were hanging out one side. I'm not even joking. It was fucking.
I'm gonna body paint, I think, myself.
Be strong. You could definitely pull that off for sure.
I'm gonna body paint everything, but just let my bush grow out. You know what I mean?
For sure. Maybe like that, make it give your dick a Hitler mustache or something.
I wouldn't do nothing like that.
Yeah, that's not anti-Semitism right here on the show, by the way.
I'm definitely. I'll do the spandex too. I like Josh's idea where we draw with a Sharpie like our dicks hanging out from the spandex.
Yeah, I love that idea. Oh, Jesus. Once you get, what you could do is give your dick at like the handlebar mustache, the full on, like, you know what I'm saying? Remember Paul Sr. on the West Coast chopper type shit around your balls?
Chase Elliott had that there for a little bit before the season started. It's pretty sweet.
I think that would be a strong. Yeah, your wife, that might get you laid. If you do that for Valentine's Day, that might get you laid, buddy. I'm just saying. So.
No, she wouldn't like the she wouldn't even see it, probably.
Oh, Jesus. Juice, did you watch another Netflix movie this week or what?
I sure did.
Let's go.
So we'll start off this movie. The title of this film was Malcolm and Marie. So one thing that we always talk about on the highly inappropriate part of the podcast when I do my movie reviews, was there any dumping them out? Once again, there was no dumping them out. You did get to see Zendaya in her underwear and some serious THO for probably half the movie.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's hard to, I don't know. My wife and I kept talking about this. She's playing an adult woman that's married. I just picture her as a younger person, but she is hot. I mean, Zendaya is hot as fuck. Like, I mean, she is a very beautiful woman, a very beautiful actress.
So thank you would like her pictures on Twitter for sure.
Ooh, I would. For sure.
This is one of those cases where she started out young in acting, and you kind of saw her from her beginning.
Right.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, no clue.
Here, let me share my screen with you guys.
Go ahead, buddy.
And we'll do that so that you guys can see
what is this? Is this movie 4 or 5 for the Netflix series?
This is movie 4.
Okay, I've seen her in movies before.
She's actually in the Spider-Man movies for Marvel as well.
Maybe I've seen her.
She's in a bunch of stuff, but Malcolm and Marie, the tomato meter, which is the critic score, gave it a 59%. The audience gives it a 71%. So I'm going to give just a little breakdown for you guys. This is a 2-character movie. The entire movie is between 2 characters. It's the gentleman, John David Washington, and Zendaya. I'll give you a little rundown here really quick. Zendaya and John David Washington have an achingly romantic drama in which a filmmaker, Washington, and his girlfriend, Zendaya, return home following a celebratory movie premiere as he awaits what's sure to be imminent critical and financial success. The evening suddenly takes a turn as revelations about the relationships begin to surface, testing the strength of their love. So it was a very deep movie. It was black and white. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. My wife
but it was just them talking to each other and like pretty much having an hour and 6-minute fight.
I mean,
dude, I could
knock one of those out in the Chris Duncan household.
I could knock one of those out in a weekend, dude. Somebody come over here and film it, black and white.
I'll be over there, bub. I'll be over there next weekend.
Man, it was really good. There's a really great scene that I don't want to. I mean, I don't know. You guys aren't probably going to watch this movie, are you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So there's a fantastic scene where John David Washington kind of plays a dick at a couple different points, and he says something about her not being able to like be an actress because the movie that they're celebrating is a movie based off of her life. Like she was a recovering drug addict kind of thing. And there's a real intense moment where she like pulls a knife out of the carving block and like walks over, and you're on the edge of your seat because you're like, oh dude, this bitch is crazy, like she's gonna fuck him up. And then she like puts a knife down, gets up and walks away, and she's like, that's acting, bitch. And like it was one of those things, gives you goosebumps. Like that was a really fucking awesome scene. So definitely I would suggest to watch this movie just for that scene alone.
Besides the acting part, that's like a Sunday morning around here.
But like I said, it's really interesting because a lot of the times with these movies, the critics usually give it a higher score and the audience gives it a lower score. But it got a high score from the audience, so I'm kind of shocked by that, to be honest with you. But it was good. I would suggest this. My score would be 7.2 out of 10.
Damn!
Wow.
I'm
strong. Might to check it out. I think it's 7.
That might be the highest, right?
So far, I think so far that's the highest for sure.
I believe I gave 7.5 to Outside the Wire, maybe. No, I gave that a 5.
Yeah.
And then
that might be up there, dude.
Yeah. This might be the highest. Yeah.
Juice, when you were talking about seeing Zendaya like still young, yet she's an adult now, it kind of reminds me of the Arya arc for Game of Thrones, where she started out, and then at the very end where she's got her fucking sex scene and shit, it was like, okay, this is kind of weird right here.
It's extremely uncomfortable.
So Beaver jerked off anyways. Let's go.
No, that Malcolm and Marie though, it's really interesting to kind of see that dynamic. But there will be times like, if you're not fully invested in it, there will be times where you're like, God damn, they're still fucking fighting and like coming up with something new to fight about. And I looked at my wife during the movie and I was like, do people really argue like this? Because they were like getting really deep with the arguing. And like most of the time when I argue with my wife or argue with somebody, it's like really, really shitty, really, really shitty for like 5 minutes. And then I like walk away or I go do something. And then I come back and I'm like, all right, what are we eating for dinner later? Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I get over things really fast. So
you like this bitch's picture on Twitter again?
So that's just I don't know. It was just that there will be a point that you're like, this is too much. But for the acting portions that get really deep, it's worth it.
Think of the money they made, and the budget was probably super cheap, black and white. 2 people got paid. The super duper cheap to make, and I guarantee they made money off of it. Like,
oh yeah,
genius, really.
Let's go. How about that? As far as what to watch, the only thing I got, the Ozarks are coming out 3/27. I seen March 27th. Can somebody confirm that? Juice, can you look that number up real quick?
Yeah.
So sure. I'm so pumped. Has everybody here seen at least up to season 3? Josh, Dunk, what's up?
Yeah, Ozarks is good.
Beaver, you've seen it for sure, right?
I've never seen Ozark.
Oh man, Beaver, that you put down your to-do list for sure. The Ozarks are phenomenal. I can't wait. Fucking Marty Bird, of course, like I know Marty Bird is. I'm thinking Zim Zima right now.
March 27th, 2020.
Let's go.
And the thing that I'm most excited about for that season is the fact that the whole like advertising for it is that they're all in, and I'm so pumped to watch that show.
I hope they just kill the fucking guy. They just go Marty Bird.
Dude, the thing I watched this week on Netflix was the Spygate thing, the doc about. It's pretty much a 5-part series thing, but it tells about like the stuff that like people have to like spy pretty much on people, like the government, all around. They got me on like the main thing when you turn Netflix on. But I dove in and I was addicted. Like they were showing, and I talked about like assassinations, like how different governments like assassinate people and the stuff they had to assassinate people. And I don't know, I thought it was pretty sweet. Like they had the Russians had this thing with like an umbrella, and they would take like an antidote, and they were taking out like prime ministers and stuff and presidents of other countries by walking up with this like an umbrella and literally like the penguin, dude, like pushing the end, and it would go and shoot like a little puff of whatever gas, instant death, dude, and just like keep it moving. And like,
have you ever thought of Have you ever thought about like we live in the day and age where like with CGI and shit, they could almost frame you for anything if you think about it.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you're into that shit and want to see it, like you should watch it for sure.
It's fucking terrifying.
The ability to do it is insane. And the first thing they said or they talk about is this right here.
Yep.
They're like, it's like, 20 years ago, whatever it was, if you'd have told like the feds or whoever around the world that people would be carrying everybody would have a tracking device on them at all times, they would have laughed at you, and pretty much your cell phone, that's what it is. Like you're literally a trafficking thing. They said like your RFD cards and shit, we're all chipped. with RFD and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, even at airports, when you walk through like a thin hallway and you kind of notice it out of nowhere, like your whole identity and everything was just scanned completely in there. It might like to a cloud or something. Like they know where you're at all times.
That's what I said. I got dick pics on the cloud somewhere out there, all over the cloud somewhere.
Yeah, definitely some fed out there in a suit has seen your dick pics.
Hell yeah, I can't wait. Somebody in the NSA has my dick pics. That's incredible.
Do you think they rated it?
I mean, I hope it's over a 7. I mean, that's all, I mean, you know, good shape, texture, you get it, you know. Dunk.
Yeah, they got some like FBI podcast somewhere, and they're like, this week it definitely dumped them out.
It's like the dick's hot or not. My dick's in the, you know, my dick's in the gamut this week. Let's go.
Let's go. Snowfall's coming back next. Yeah, that's one that you guys haven't watched that you need to really watch before the season 3 starts.
What's that? Snowfall?
It's called Snowfall. It's on like FXX or FX or something like that. But it's about like the beginning of the crack epidemic in Cali, like the hood, and like how it got into the hood, and like it's pretty much the main character is the guy that brought crack into like LA. And it's awesome, dude. And it's in like the 3rd season. So
my dad's in the live chat here, by the way, says I need to clean it up. Dad, I'm sorry, I got it from you.
No, I think I need to go back, but I think the White Tiger, I gave it a higher score, just so you guys know.
The White
Yes,
Tiger.
that was the one you did.
I feel like I've seen a porn called the White Tiger for sure.
But yeah, the other thing I was thinking about with what you were talking about, Duncan, is the deep fakes where they're putting other people's faces on other people. Like I see that completely changing our entire world. Like
Photoshop kind of stuff.
Kind of like that, except for it can be like live video, and then they can use AI to say things that you would say. So it's like say our president dies, they could literally just have somebody else talking and then cover his face with it, like a face that looks like the dead president.
Like a Snapchat
so nobody
filter?
would know. Yeah, so nobody would know that the person was dead.
Wait till they put a robot in the office, like,
and then just
like
that's
what
I'm saying.
They're just running.
That's what I'm saying. And then just what Duncan is saying is what I'm getting on, which is if it advances far enough, like what's to say the AI like person that is doing this, it's an AI. It's not even a person that's doing it. Like, then what the fuck's going on?
Dude, how, like, this is an honest thing, and I know that people say it all the time, like, how can they do all this stuff and have all this technology, but like somebody goes in and robs a bank and you can't even make out their fucking face on the security camera?
Oh, that's
like,
cracks me up.
You have all these cameras, like they literally can zoom in like a million times more than your phone camera from outer space to a spot on the earth. But like the Delphi killer picture of him on the bridge, you had it's like the fuzziest picture you've ever seen in your life. Like
yeah, like
that's because the bank's not spending $5 million on cameras.
But they
click, enhance, click, enhance.
That's what I'm saying. Like it should. I just don't understand. Like I don't know. Eventually, I think they're going to be able to at any time go back and just zoom in anywhere in the world from space.
Just
and
hey, Doug's gonna be sitting on a shitter, stroking one off, and
like, I mean, just be able to like overhead zoom in. Like
they're gonna be looking through your fucking phone camera. You just spank it off.
I know they can, but like they don't. Like, why don't they do that and catch fucking murders and killers and shit? They should just
it's not important. They'd rather watch you and your bloody asshole jerk off on your shitter downstairs.
But I don't know, man. They should be able to get geographical like points, whatever you want, longitude, latitude, whatever, and be able to punch that shit in, and from space, just at any time in the past, zoom in and watch video of that.
You can't go back in time, but that's impossible. But
they'll be able to watch the video like on their computer. Like, oh, okay, this happened over here. We'll just rewind this.
Just rewind this.
And see what happened.
Oh well, yeah. Dunk was taking a shit there. Okay, yeah, we started to masturbate. Okay, right there. Okay,
we're real close to living Black Mirror, the TV show.
Speaking of bloody assholes, what happened to the fucking Chiefs? I mean, what the
great transition right there.
That was it. I thought it was fantastic. I'm just gonna first and foremost, I don't think it. Yeah, the Chiefs played pretty bad, but the Bucs pass rush was just unbelievable. They were relentless, which they had to be to win the game. Out. Yep, two starters out on the line for the Chiefs. They had no fucking running game at all. Yeah, and the Bucks just dominated that game. I'm not really surprised. I said that on the podcast. I would not be surprised if the Bucks won the game. That being said, I'm surprised the Chiefs played that bad. Your thoughts, guys?
They had their number for sure.
Yeah,
definitely. I knew, like, you just had a feeling. I bet it live a couple times too, and then I instantly, like, second half, you just knew it was done. As soon as the second half started, it was like, there's no coming back. That interception's what fucking killed everything.
Yep.
I tried to be as supportive as I could for Duncan, but I knew, like, man, you should not be doing this, man. But I was like, I hope they win for you, man.
Yeah, I thought they might come back. But to be honest with you, I don't even remember the fucking game, to be honest with you. So you guys go ahead and talk about what happened.
Yeah, it was actually a really boring Super Bowl. It was a dominant performance. Like, I couldn't.
What's legendary is Brady at the parade, dude. That's hilarious.
Awesome.
I tell you what, I will say this: LeBron James is now my most disliked athlete. He overtook Brady. I mean, because if Brady keeps getting drunk on boats and shit down in Florida, it's gonna be real hard to hate the guy. Okay, I'm just saying.
Them holding him up and walking him into the bathroom,
fucking hilarious.
Throwing Lombardis from boat to boat is
that was to me. That was like, I was like, what the fuck? And you can hear his kids in the background go, "Dad, no."
Aiden was hammered doing it,
dude. That was the greatest celebration. I don't give a fuck. He's all like laughing. He's like, oh, fuck.
I'm thinking like, this is what happens when you already have 6 other fucking Lombardi trophies. Yeah, I'll just get fucking toss this one off a boat and hope the other guy catches it.
I mean, if that thing hits the water, I mean, how fast is it till scuba divers are out there in the bottom there looking for that thing?
Oh shit, Gronk's in there fucking swimming down there, I guarantee it. Like his dumb ass fucking.
I bet people find that thing. That'd probably be a payday. If they get
oh yeah, I guarantee they're finding it. I mean, because I think they were in a canal, so I doubt it's even that deep there. So I'm sure
it would have been so funny though if it went into the water. Like that's what should have happened. Like that would have made it even better.
It would have been a little bit, but it didn't.
I honestly think that's what Brady was looking for. Because could you imagine the fucking headlines if the fucking thing went in the water? Like he doesn't give a fuck. It's number 7. Who gives a shit?
Drunk Brady drops Lombardi during celebration in the water. That'd be a funny headline. And have him all fucking getting held up, walking to the bathroom.
I think if he got arrested, that'd be the best thing.
His tweet was the best, which is, nothing to see here, just a little bit of avocado tequila. Yeah. Like, I mean, and I guarantee you that was one of his team members that tweeted that out. That was not him. He was too hammered to fucking work a phone.
Did you see there was like fans on boats as they were going by, obviously? And one of them, smoking hot chick, Florida chick, dude, hot as hell, holding a sign up that said, "Kiss me like you kiss your son."
Oh shit! Did you see the meme that had his son came up to him after the game to hug him, and he had a mask on? He said the kid learned. He goes, he knew this year he was not getting fucking embarrassed on live TV. His dad was not going to kiss him on the mouth after winning the Super Bowl.
I can't believe he's that old, dude. Dude, he looks good. He looks for being that old.
That's why I text Thurman, because Thurman, big Patriots fan, big Tom Brady fan. I text him. I was like, I just ate avocado toast this morning.
Did you see the avocado tequila? Did you already say that?
Yeah, that's the tweet. It like I said, it was definitely a well-crafted tweet by somebody on his team, because he said nothing, but it was NOT, like, I don't know.
Almost spelled.
Yeah, like nothing to see here. Just a little bit of avocado tequila.
Dude, how about Scotty dropping Godwin's phone in the?
That's great. Too.
Godwin threw him his phone, and he fucking dropped the phone in the water.
That's awesome.
By the way, there's rumors that Godwin could be coming to Indianapolis. By the way, let's go.
It won't happen.
I know. We're going to pay.
The Colts offered 2 seconds for
seconds and a third or fourth.
I think it was 2 twos.
It was 2.
Yeah, I'm in.
3 and 4.
It's they're in on Darnold now.
They shot it down, didn't they?
They're one of 3 teams on
Darnold. Fucking Matt Stafford over there. They're fucking idiots. Goddamn morons. This ain't the card game.
No, I mean, actually, Ballard's smart because he's not going to give up, multiple. These teams are wanting multiple first rounders and shit. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why Phillies, they're morons. Winston's not,
They-
he's not.
oh
Stafford.
yeah, coming off.
They've got golf, not Stafford.
And honestly, I think they gave up too much for Stafford. When I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
that's-
really. They never like first rounders, so.
Still, that's a lot, man.
And they gave up Goff's contract.
And what's funny is I don't know if it was this year or last year, but I said, Darnold, I wouldn't mind having Darnold on our team. So, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I'm still Eason season, by the way.
Hey, really, you're all wrong because it's going to be Russell Wilson now.
Yeah.
They already got rumors. I wish, but they got the rumor. They're saying he's going to be a Bear. Maybe.
I think that's been the top one so far was the Bears.
And guess what? He's going to suck because everybody that goes to the Bears sucks. So,
Yeah,
Dude, I'm telling you, if he goes to the Bears and they can get Allen Robinson back, and I think they'll be all right. Honestly, I think they could be good. That defense is good. That defense is good.
Yeah.
It's a good thought.
I mean, I just know how the Bears are. They're just always supposed to win the Super Bowl. If they start 5-0, everybody thinks it's 1985 again, and then they
they'd have Russ and not Mitch Trubisky and all. They've never had a good quarterback.
Ever. They've literally never had a good quarterback ever. I mean, Jim McMahon wasn't even a good quarterback.
Yeah, I think the Bears would be tough if they got Russell Wilson, man. I tell you right now, Aaron Rodgers don't want to see it happen. He does not want to see Russ going up there. And there's two there's your division and a wild card spot for sure if that happens, I think. But
yep,
the football's over, boys. What are we going to talk about now?
Beaver, here's where you coming in, buddy.
Yeah,
first and foremost,
depressing now. So
yeah, I mean, like we just need to get healthy first and foremost. What else is going on around the NBA? I don't want to talk about the Pacers. They're depressing me.
Yeah, they were down like fucking 60 at halftime at Brooklyn last night.
It was so rough to watch. I somehow completed it, but it was just terrible to watch. But in terms of NBA overall, I mean, it's a lot of parity in the league right now with only a couple teams like having a really good record at this point.
The Jazz, boys. The Jazz are on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to have an all-star game? I seen LeBron did.
They are going to have an all-star game in Atlanta.
What are these fuckers bitching about?
They're going to do it.
Just because it's a pandemic and it's the right thing to say, hey, we don't want to have that.
They said they're
shut the fuck up. I mean, you're paying. Oh, God.
They said they're going to do the dunk contest at halftime of the all-star game.
I mean, that's cool.
I do like that.
That's what they said. Dunk contest at halftime of the all-star game.
Good.
There was also the national anthem little ordeal that they had where the Mavs haven't been playing it at all. They haven't had any fans, but they haven't played it at all at any of their games yet. But the NBA did step up and say, hey, you got to start playing that now.
Stupid.
So,
It's funny because nobody noticed probably because it was all on TV.
Nobody did notice for the first 13 games I think they've played, something like that. They didn't notice for any of their home games. So
there was a guy
their whole team's not even American.
That's what I was going to say. In defense of them, they don't have any Americans. So what?
Well, they're playing the national anthem for it. Yeah, imagine being on the Mavs. I know sometimes like in Toronto they play, or if we're playing Toronto, we got to listen to the Canadian national anthem.
It takes like 60 fucking minutes. Yeah.
I don't even know if they're doing it this year for them just because they're in Florida right now, which, hey, maybe that works out for them being in Tampa since that seems to be the hot spot to get the championships now.
Yeah, well, fuck it. Well, guys, I thought about this week, and I think I mentioned this in our fire-ass chat feed, by the way, but maybe mentioning or introducing a new segment of the show called Cancel Culture's Kill Shot, because every week somebody's being just fucking murdered by cancel culture. And I got two lineups right now. I know, Juice, I don't know if you got these links handy or not, buddy, but
yeah, I do.
First and foremost, we're going to hit Marilyn Manson, and you can pick up some snippets in this article, Juice, whatever you want to read. But essentially, an actress came out on Marilyn Manson saying that he's pretty much like groomed her from being a teenager into like his pretty much sex slave, would keep her into rooms when she wasn't behaving. I mean, first and foremost, if you know Marilyn Manson is, you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's not a good I love his music, but he's not a good human by any account. Like,
I forget who told me the story. I don't know if it was you or somebody else talking about how for one of his shows he had some chick walk up on stage, go flip herself upside down.
Yeah, it was me.
Yes, exactly.
It was the first time I seen Manson. Yep.
But he's sticking her. What?
His microphone in her vagina. She literally was upside down, and he just pulled her pants aside and stuck his microphone right in her vagina.
Huh, good guy.
Yeah, bless him. Yeah, she was a Christian girl. I'm not sure what she was doing on stage.
He's been a freak since fucking the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a freak forever, so you're not really surprised. But I will say this: like, I don't think there's any. At least I haven't personally heard. There might be of him like doing anything with underage girls, but and I'm kind of on this subject. I know because females that have been abused, I know it's hard for them to come out a lot of times. But I also know some girls are just freaks and are into this type of shit, and like are looking for fame too. And I'm not saying this is a case of that by any means, but so Juice, pull this article up and just read some of the shit that it says here because it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for years, Manson was unafraid to publicly admit to violent ideations. In an interview, Manson suggests that he feels entitled to love, sex, and devotion, explaining that his song "Devour" is about when someone said to me, "Okay, I want to be with you until I die," and then they gave up. But Manson is merely describing the fracture at the center of every ordinary breakup. Even the deepest loves can disappear or change shape without deliberate duplicitousness, Jesus, cruelty, or failure. Yeah, and then it goes on to talk about Manson became a prominent counterculture figure in the 90s after touring with Nine Inch Nails and releasing a thick, menacing cover of Eurythmics' 1983 single "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These" or "Made of This." I don't know. I mean, it just talks really the whole article talks about how they're trying to determine if this was all theatrical and Manson was just doing this as like a stage character, or if he was actually
a little fucked
doing
up
these things behind the scenes.
It could be a little bit of both. And I will say this about Manson. He's actually a fucking genius. Even if you're not a metal fan, if you ever want to see something interesting, just go to YouTube and look at Marilyn Manson, like, owns news reporters because, of course, he got attacked for being a shock rocker in the 90s. And, like, he just anytime anybody would try to come after him, he would just own them in interviews because he's a very intelligent person. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles this.
The thing that I don't like about it that kind of is a little crazy is the fact that one person came out, then as soon as one person came out, 4 other people come out.
Yeah.
And now he's completely canceled. And like, once again, it just goes back to my thing. I understand, like, it's hard to say this because I know people will like bury me on the fact that, like, well, people don't want to come out because they don't want to get ridiculed or anything like that. But it's hard for me to live in a world where somebody can say something and they're immediately canceled before anything's even said, and then you never really even ever hear about it. And then they settle outside of court. This person gives this other person money. They don't ever talk about it. So you never really actually hear the truth of what actually happened. And now that person is painted in that light forever.
Kind of like what happened to Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this on the show before. I'm like, we live in a world with such transparency. We're gonna all realize that we're all human. We've all said some stupid ass shit, and we've all fucked up, and we just need to be more forgiving of each other. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's all it is. I mean,
what did people think Marilyn Manson was? I mean, he was a devil worshiper dude in like a woman suit. Like, I expected him to like drip goat blood over fucking chicks.
I'm sure it's probably happened.
Barbed wire. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't shock me one bit that he's a fucking kook.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it's just it's all about cancel culture and this all empower women bullshit, Great, and this doesn't mean that I'm against women by any fucking means, but I hate 2021 feminists because they're just men haters. They're not people empowering women at all.
You talk about empowering women, but go to the second person that we are canceling.
Yep, empowering women, Gina Carano, which this pisses me off because, I will say that Carano is not a great actress, but Gina Carano, she actually is her and Julie Kedzie had, I don't know the significance of the fight, but it's one of the very first female fights ever televised on TV. I'm pretty sure that was the statistic there, but she was an MMA fighter. She fought in Strike Force way back in the day. She was a Strike Force champion until she got beat by Cyborg, who recently got beat by Amanda Nunes. But Cyborg's, probably known as, maybe until Amanda Nunes came around, as the best female fighter of all time. But Gina Carano was the first female star in women's MMA, essentially. So she's been acting for the last probably 10, 12 years, I want to say. And Beaver, I was actually going to go to you for this. So you probably know what's going on, buddy. What's up?
Honestly, I don't know terribly why exactly. It was some comment she made on Twitter, but I wasn't exactly sure the comments necessarily. Juice might know a little bit better about them, but she just got canned completely from any more of Disney's Mandalorian. I don't know if she was part of anything else, but that was obviously.
Was it racial or sexual or what?
She made a Holocaust joke.
Holocaust. Yeah.
She said,
yeah,
she said being a Republican in this day and age is like being a Jew during the Nazi Holocaust.
Yeah.
Which is a little harch, but I can understand if you're a Republican today.
Have killed like 500 million people for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, what a great time to be alive.
Mandalorian was definitely a moneymaker, real big, and obviously it's going to have huge success. But
she was also in Deadpool and Fast and Furious 6.
Exactly, so she's kind of screwed out of that whole.
I can't believe I have no clue who she is.
You'd know her if you saw her. She's kind of a hot, thicker woman. I would also like her pictures on Twitter.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on right now to Dickwad of the Week, and this is not something we've already talked about, but Juice, I want you to have the article ready here because maskless fans targeted by the Tampa mayor. You fucking asshole. So essentially, the mayor of Tampa said that they're gonna go in and find people in the stands that weren't wearing the mask during the Super Bowl and fine them, essentially. Like, if you think
to my point, they can do that and pick people out. But
if you think you live in a free country, wake the fuck up, okay? You're stupid. But Juice, can you pull that up?
They all
read this nonsense?
They were all vaccinated, right?
Yeah,
got in the Super Bowl. It was like care workers that were vaccinated.
Yeah, they got a colonoscopy and
a mask on. I thought they were.
I got checked for prostate cancer on my way in. It was awesome, but
Tampa, Florida. So much for the mayor's order requiring masks at Super Bowl parties. Videos went viral on social media showing throngs of mostly maskless fans and packed sports bars as the clock inside Raymond James Stadium ticked down on a hometown Super Bowl win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It is a little frustrating because we had worked so hard, the mayor said during an early Monday morning news conference with the Super Bowl host committee. At this point in dealing with COVID-19, there's a level of frustration when you see that. Some 200,000 masks were handed out ahead of the game, and a majority of people and businesses followed the rules. Hours later, during another news conference, Castor's remarks shifted. I'm proud to say the majority of individuals that I saw out and about enjoying the festivities associated with the Super Bowl were complying. They understood their level of personal responsibility and they were doing the right thing. I'm very proud of that. Let me get down.
They probably said you don't have to wear your mask. Only time you don't have to wear your mask is if you're eating or drinking. And they were all fucking drinking, so they just didn't have their mask on. That's probably what I mean. If I have a beer in my hand, I'm not gonna put my mask down, drink, put my mask.
By the way, if we got any Tampa listeners, just go ahead and rip that fine up because I can tell you right now it's not enforceable. According to the Constitution, because it's not law for you to wear a mask. So you don't have to pay that fine or strip it up.
Oh, in hopes of curbing so-called super spreader events, Castor had signed a largely voluntary executive order requiring people wear face coverings during the Super Bowl festivities, even while they're outdoors. She pleaded with people to celebrate safely, noting the city could issue fines of up to $500. But the problem, the problem, Matt, is this article that you pulled up, had me pull up, is mostly her congratulating Tampa for following the rules. She just had said that there was an issue that they could issue fines of up to $500.
That's why
this article was clickbait.
This is why I don't prep when I'm high. That's why I can't do it.
Well, I'm just saying that this article is clickbait. The news is fucking clearly trying to push you one way to click on the article, and then you read it, and it's like, oh, well, most of the people did the right thing. There's a lot of people that didn't, but for the most part, people did.
I mean, I didn't see no masks on any of those boats. I mean, that's what I see.
Yeah, Brady. They're definitely not coming after Brady. Brady could
He's a
literally.
fan. He's a
Brady
fan.
could. Brady could like smack like 2 hookers in the face outside of a nightclub and would be lauded. Just be like, you know, just
I'm thinking
Brady takes a stand against sex crime. You know.
I'm thinking Brady takes his mask off, hoops into it, and throws it to another.
I mean, like seriously, like LeBron James could take a dump on a female, like in the middle of a street, a homeless woman on the middle of the street, and they would somehow turn into she was racist or
LeBron feeds the homeless.
Yeah, LeBron feeds the homeless. Like, oh, it's ridiculous. What a time to be alive.
It's
so yeah,
bold. He probably just like shit in the nugget.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Juice, we're going to move right along here, buddy. Ask an Idiot. You had a very important question that you posed in our chat feed. If you want to read it off, go for it, buddy.
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit. We had a really good time at Capone's, and I feel like I've become really good friends with you guys over this short period of time. And what I wanted to know is if you could save one person from a fire, who would it be out of this group on the podcast?
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'm definitely gonna save Josh. That way he can help me put his house out so that it don't burn down mine.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's solid.
Good call. I should pull Duncan out, but I think he might want to stay in the fire. So I'm gonna
Josh, thanks, man.
I'm gonna pull Juice out because he's got a little girl and hates to see her grow up without a dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, hey, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that little Ella Grace. Okay,
she's had enough time, right?
Matt, we know you're gonna burn anyways eventually. So
Don't worry about my 2 kitties.
Yeah,
Goose will get her.
Beaver, who are you pulling out of a fire?
If I can't choose myself,
You can. It's hypothetical. That's a great answer.
I mean, if I could choose myself, I'll choose myself.
Let everybody else burn. He could
actually
choose to save everybody else, but he would rather just save himself and let everybody else burn.
Yeah, just about.
Juice, go ahead, buddy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Beaver, just because he's become my favorite person to talk to at these live events.
Well, now I'm rescuing you, Juice.
I'm rescuing you. I never know what Beaver I'm gonna get. Am I gonna get the Beaver that houses 3 shots like before the show starts, or am I gonna get the Beaver that tells me he hates everybody right before we start a podcast in a live event?
Hey, both of them have been bringing the heat, by the way. Both of those. And Beaver has been taking a schizophrenia medicine too, by the way. It's been going pretty well.
Getting better.
If we're all stuck in a house fire, and I got to pull one of you fuckers out, let's see my options here. Josh, if you're passed out, buddy, I don't think I can pick you up to get you out. So, but I like you, buddy, but you're staying there.
Yep.
Doc, man, I don't know. Like, I feel if I save you from a fire, you're already up my ass. It's just gonna be ridiculous.
I'd be mad. I would probably burn. You would save me, and then I would set you on fire, dude, out of anger.
Juice, I would try to save you out of a fire, but I think you have so much gel in your hair that you would burn up the fastest out of all of us. Yeah. So Beaver, Beaver's like my stupid little brother. So Beaver's getting saved.
Aww. I got two beautiful kitties to look after, Matthew.
Yeah, no offense to your kids, Josh, Duncan, and Juice, but yeah,
that's
the kitties take priority.
So this week on a Florida Man, Juice, what's going on? By the way, Florida Man. Every week we go to Google, we type in a Florida Man, and whatever pops up. And I'm hoping this is what is in the feed, but we'll see here. What happened this week on a Florida Man?
I mean, the algorithm knows us. Florida man who ran on the field at Super Bowl 55 faces trespassing charge A Florida man is facing misdemeanor trespassing charge after running onto the field at Raymond James Stadium during Super Bowl 55 on Sunday. Yeah, dude ran out there. A bunch of people were calling him a streaker. I don't agree that he was a streaker because he was wearing a like a singlet, like a thong singlet.
Didn't even pull his dick out, man.
Yeah. Yuri Andrade, 31, was arrested by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office at approximately 9:50 p.m. on Sunday and booked into jail early Monday morning, according to online jail records.
Technically, he does got to be classified as a streaker because he got apparently paid out to be a streaker.
Yeah, I was going to ask that as official because if that's real, next year I'm putting $1 million on a streaker, and we're putting like I don't know, like a unicorn tail butt plug in Beaver, and he's running butt ass naked across the field, and we're all going to be we're all going to be rich.
I seen that. This guy was like instantly my hero, like the biggest hero ever. But I saw something today where he went to cash it in and they denied his payment.
Damn.
On the bet.
Did you guys see Gronkowski said that the Chiefs should sign him because he actually got in the end zone?
Dude, he made some good moves. I'm gonna agree with that. He made some good moves.
Oh wow, that's strong. Damn.
Did you see Gronk dancing on the side of that boat, by the way? He
Yeah,
almost
just
fell
let
like 5 times. I have
this guy's been in the last year he's been a WWE champion, and now he's a Super Bowl champion again. Like, just
Duncan probably doesn't remember, but we talked about would he be the best professional athlete to just spend the day with? Would be Gronk.
I think it would. Like if you're going out to just hammer beers, dude, and party.
He is the ultimate meathead. He is the ultimate meathead.
Yeah, he's like AC Slater.
I don't know. I'd probably get annoyed with him after about 20 minutes or so.
Edrin James would be a great one.
I think Ed would be amazing.
Down in Florida.
I'm going a whole different. I think Reggie Wayne for me would be a guy that I would just like to get drunk and chill with for sure.
See, I want Gronk. Like I don't want to get wild, dude. I'd probably die.
I think Gronk and Duncan would be the exact.
They'd be snorting coke off each other's asses for sure.
That's a brand new spanking asshole.
You guys would be like what Kenny Powers and that other guy during season 3, I think, that he played softball, that he played baseball with, and they're always doing coke together. For sure.
Could you imagine Dunk and Gronk just rapping together?
No, I would leave the room immediately.
Beaver, you wouldn't go out on a night in town like Ron Artest?
Oh, for sure, Ron. I take everything back. I want to party with Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson's my number one. I take everything back.
Amazing. What about Dennis Rodman?
That would just be a night out of Hooters, Matt. That would just be a night out of Hooters.
Yeah, I don't think Lance was allowed to party when he was in India. I'm almost positive. Like they kept him on a leash.
I couldn't imagine Juice and Dennis Rodman in the same place, man.
Just lighting up in Twitter pictures.
Dude, McAfee back in the day would be a blast, probably.
Oh, for sure. I get McAfee now is a blast. Like I'm
jumping in the canal and shit. Like he's probably wild too.
Yeah, I tell you, Doug, it's probably good that you and me never met each other 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
down the Knightstown zippers, or we'd been in Knightstown jail.
Because the only other friend of mine, I mean, Clay's pretty me and Clay get in a lot of trouble together, but me and Ricky Dunnigan would just feed off each other. It was always who could outdo each other, and it would end up with us butt ass naked on top of a car. And I could see
driving 90 miles per hour,
and I could, Beaver was driving 90 miles per hour on the interstate, and I could just see me and you doing stupid shit like that. So I'm glad that we're still here and not dead. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to Highly Inappropriate. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like this video on YouTube, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you're notified every time we upload a live video. Like us on Facebook. It's HI Entertainment or at Highly Inappropriate Entertainment. And of course on Twitter and Instagram / Highly Inappropriate Podcast. And of course on all your podcasting apps, subscribe, rate, review. We really appreciate it, guys. The show's growing fast and can't see what this year brings. And we're going to freeze our ass off next week. We'll see you next week. See you fuckers later.
Peace.
Love you guys.